I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, you know, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be breaking down the Detroit Lions defense from the Green Bay Packers game. Okay, I know, I'm sorry. Look, I put a voting poll up. A lot of you guys said you didn't want to hear about the Packers. You wanted me to move on to Cardinals game. But I couldn't help myself. We're back here with another video. I'm assuming you guys are seeing this video. And look, I was going to go watch this game back regardless. But as I went through it, I was like, you know what? I got to share this with the guys. I got to share this with the DoseOfDion 2.0 Nation. So I went through, I saved a lot of clips. That way you guys had more things to look at instead of just listening to me talk. Also, you know, obviously I have tons of notes that we're going to go through from this game. And in this video, we're just focusing on the defense side of the ball because defensively, the Detroit Lions gave up 35 points. It was technically 42, but 35 because one was a pick six offensively. So 35 points, well over, I think it was over 500 yards. Your defense wasn't very good. So I really wanted to break down what went wrong defensively. It was like the Bears game where I'm just like, oh yeah, hey, the last quarter was bad because we got injuries. No, this game was pretty much bad throughout. I mean, we gave up a lot of points. It wasn't just one quarter. I mean, it was pretty much the entire game. Now, as a summary as to what I think happened, like I've talked about many times, is I think the Packers took over with the Lions making dumb mistakes, and it forced the Lions basically out their game plan offensively, and it forced them to play from behind, and that's why they lost. I think it was a lot of mistakes, a lot of self-inflicted wounds as to the reason the Detroit Lions lost this game. But in today's video, I just want to focus on the defense side of the ball. Maybe we'll do an offensive one too if you guys want to see it. But look, I have to do this video. And I did this last week as well. I didn't really want to do it, but I did. And I think it's because it's necessary. I feel like these videos are necessary because if I don't know what the problem is, and I don't know what went wrong and maybe where the Lions improved or where they need to improve, then how am I going to predict the next week? How am I going to draw a game plan video up if I don't know what the heck we're doing on the field? I mean, obviously you see the game on Sunday, but it's kind of blurry when you're watching the game. I feel like you have to go back and watch it again. And that's what I did here today. So I do have a couple of clips that also I'm going to show you as we go through it. I went through and I did a whole play-by-play on the Packers offense, not through ESPN. I literally did my own play-by-play. So I may be a couple yards off here and there on a few things. It was kind of just eyeballing it. But yeah, I watched every single snap for the Lions in this game defensively, and I really wanted to break it down. And obviously, you know, it's difficult because I don't think there's one thing that stood out, but I do have some takeaways, and we're going to go through, and I'll show you guys some clips, just some things that I saw. But before we get it all started, I kind of want to run through just a few little takeaways. And again, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to learn about this game. I want to learn from this game heading into next week. So for me personally, you know, I can say all these things, but if I don't go back and watch it and I can't really solidify what I'm saying was correct or, you know, really back up my beliefs, then I don't think it makes sense. So I really want to have some kind of backbone for this of what I may have said before and what I'm feeling after watching this back. So a couple of takeaways that I have initially. Again, this is not on one player. It's not on one person. This was a team effort. There were definitely a lot of problems, especially on the defense side of the ball. But on the defense side of the ball is what we're focusing on. A lot of problems here. First off, Jeffrey Okudah was not good today. Not good at all. Jeffrey Okudah was targeted a pretty good amount of times, gave up a few receptions, but really just struggled in coverage. I mean, just really struggled, which I can't say I'm super surprised. I mean, he is a rookie. It is his first NFL game ever, and he was facing up against Devontae Adams and this Packers offense, so I can't say I'm extremely surprised, but he did play a pretty darn bad game, which really does stink, and I'm hoping he can bounce back against the Arizona Cardinals and kind of get some revenge there, but he's also thrown into a tough role. He doesn't really have any veterans out there with him. I mean, Trufant's not there, Coleman's not there, so he's asked to do a lot. And in his first game, it's a very difficult task. But he did struggle. I believe his PFF grade was actually worse than Tony McRae's. I think that kind of sums up how he played. But again, I didn't even see the PFF grade first. I just went through and watched first, then I looked at the PFF grade. Penalties, something I've discussed before on the offense side and defense side of the ball. It's going to show up a lot in this. A lot of penalties, a lot of beating ourselves, right? A lot of self-inflicted wounds. Pick plays, crossing routes. They tried to use a lot of crossing routes, and they were pretty darn successful. They also had a lot of pick plays, which I feel like should have been penalties because I've looked up the rule today. And basically, pick plays, you can do them if it's non-intentional. Like, for example, if a wide receiver runs into your defender and it's not intentional, he's just running his route, then it is what it is. But when you intentionally go into them and kind of lay your shoulder into them, that's got to be offensive pass interference. And we'll get to that when we get there. Sometimes it was, sometimes it wasn't. Also, let's see. Jared Davis was not very good today either. I think I said initially that I didn't think the linebackers played well. I watched it back and I would say, yeah, I think I was pretty much right on that. I mean, they had their moments. Jared Davis had his moment. You know, Collins had his moments. I feel like Collins played a little bit better, but Davis struggled for the most part in today's game. Really struggled. And again, we'll get into that. And yeah, I think there was some calls that were questionable in this game. So we're gonna run through it all, man. Let's just dive right into it. I'm kind of gonna run through the play-by-play, but also show you clips as we go. Hopefully this thing doesn't mix up. I'm actually going to start off with the first clip. That way I know where we are when it comes to the clips. Let me fix my keyboard. I didn't even realize I had to. There we go. Really just point out some of the major events that I think happened. So we score first. We're up 7-0. We're feeling good offensively. Now here comes the defense, right? We're really worried about this defense. And let me just say, guys, I don't know if we played as bad as the stats will really say. And I think we're going to point that out in today's video. So we're up 7-0. Jared Davis gets caught on the wrong side. Like right here. You're going to see it right here. Jared Davis, they do a quick little pitch play. You can see Jared Davis kind of gets stuck into the wrong hole. I think this is something that we need to point out. Like I said, Jared Davis struggled today. You need to see Collins also. Well, Collins is already on this side of the field, so he's kind of taking up this gap. But Jared Davis also tries to get in there. And once the running back hops back Aaron Jones to the other hole, Davis is out of position, and it kind of just allows him to explode through the middle. We kind of saw that a little bit, I would say, on that 75-yard run, but not completely. I mean, the 75-yard run, not shedding blocks, and we'll get to that when we get there. One of the clips from Jared Davis where he kind of did struggle when we gave up a first down there. Okay, we don't need to see all that, Aaron Jones. We get it. Very beginning, right? They start off, they do that pitch play. Jared Davis picks the wrong hole, first down. That's not a good way to start. Then, you get a short little run, 4 yards, and then all of a sudden, you didn't get to see the clip because I cut it off short. But basically, what you're seeing here is Jared Davis, obviously, he's letting him. This is where he picks the right hole. Jared Davis picks the right hole. He explodes through it. It's a loss of a couple yards. Jared Davis is excited. And all of a sudden, the Packers are already in a 3rd down and 9 situation. On their first drive, they get one first to start it, a first down. Then run play, then a loss on a run play. All of a sudden, they're in a 39 situation just like that. Because now Jared Davis, instead of picking the wrong hole where it gives us the first, he picks the right hole, and he's back. We know Davis has that ability. He's just not super consistent. That's what he's really been missing. So it's 3rd and 9. Now Lions are in a position to get off the field already. And we're also going to talk about when the Lions blitz and things like that. This is what happens here. So you're in a 3rd and 9. It says 3rd and 9. It could be 3rd and 8. Okay, so they're going to go right to the crossing routes. They call it basically like a mesh type of deal here. So they go to the crossing routes, and I think this has a little bit of a mix between Okudah being a younger player that's still trying to learn the system, and also just some miscommunication as well here. So you're going to see underneath 83 here. I think that's our guy MBS, 83 here. So Okudah's basically lined up across from him, right? Okudah's basically lined up before the play to take that away. So he's going to do a little underneath crossing route here. Now you have Tracy Walker on the tight end. So Tracy Walker sticks with the tight end, which means Okudah somehow has to get all the way around and back to 83 before they get the first, which is fine because you think maybe you could close this gap. It's 8 yards, so you're giving some cushion because all you have to do is run up, make a tackle. But I feel like maybe some miscommunication here because if Walker can get down and Okudah can step up and take 85 away, that's going to be your best bet here. But since they don't, they're basically just covering the same player and both of them are late. So where Walker coming down would have been nice and Okudah then maybe could have took 85 away, who is their tight end, and then all of a sudden, you don't allow the first down there. That would have been nice. But okay, so there's your first 3rd down that you give up. You get a 4-yard gain because, you get a 4-yard gain for the Packers. Then we get a drop by their tight end. So all of a sudden, boom, again, another 3rd down situation. This is their first drive. 3rd and 6 for the Green Bay Packers. Great defensive play by Tracy Walker. Tracy Walker goes out there, knocks it incomplete. It's 3rd and 6. Now it's 4th and 6 because Walker makes a great play. So they're on your side of the 50 because of that crossing route. So you make a great play. You force the 4th down, and the Packers are ready to go. Man, the Packers are ready to go for it. They're going to try to put up some points early. They're not going to punt. So they go for it. Probably a little concerned with our offense, to be honest with you, knowing how well we can run the ball. And again, their strategy is to get up on us. So they're going to go, and it's 4th and 6. The Lions actually do bring a blitz here on 4th down. Yes, the first drive of the game on 4th down, the Lions bring a blitz. They bring 5 players, but Amani gets beat over the middle here. So Lions bring 5. Amani gets beat here by Allen Lazard. And they did a quick snap after this grab, which was great by them because it allowed them to get back, up there without being able to challenge. I don't even know if he caught this ball, to be honest with you. But again, it's a one-on-one opportunity. Lions bring the blitz. He had to get it out pretty quickly. This is where Amani's just got to make a play, right? Amani's right there. He just misses the ball, to be honest. From the other angle, you see better. He misses the ball, and Lazard's here. I don't know if Lazard even caught this football, and that's why they quick snapped it, because it did look like he bobbled a little bit. Maybe he catches it, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But again, that's 2 opportunities to get off the field, and both times you don't. Both times you don't, and that's incomplete. That should have been an easy play to make. So they go back up, they're quick back to the line, they get their first down, and all of a sudden, they're back on the move. 1-yard run on their next first down, and then they had an incomplete pass, and then another incomplete pass. They try to test Will Harris to the end zone, and all of a sudden they settle for a field goal. So the Lions get off the field. They had 2 opportunities to do it earlier. They didn't. The first one was kind of difficult. I think that one was just in a difficult spot for a young guy. The second one, though, we should have made the play. There shouldn't have been a field goal, honestly. We should have made the play, should have got him off the field, should have been turnover downs. It wasn't. We get give a field goal. Okay, 7-3. It's going to happen. So it's 7-3. Lions go down. They score. It's 14-3. We're feeling good. Like, we have control of this game. The defense wasn't bad. We had multiple opportunities to get off the field and not give up points. So we're up 14-3 here. Then the Packers are back on offense. So they get a 5-yard run. It's brought down by Jamie Collins on first down. Very next play, the Lions bring forward. It's an incomplete pass, but as you're going to see here, Amani Oruwariye is now called for holding. Now, he definitely held because at first he was fine. They're trying to play physical. They're trying to play tight, which I'm fine with. Right here, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's grabbing a little bit, but I think he's okay. But then, boom, once he tries to make that move, he's still hanging on. And I think that's a fair call, right? That's a holding call. It's an automatic first down. So all of a sudden they're on the move. So that really does hurt. So they move the drive again, but it's okay. You know what? Trying to play tight coverage, it happens. So it's a first down. Then, here's a play that I want to point out because I think this is a heck of a play by Amani. Amani wasn't great in coverage and he had some flags, but this is what we need when it comes to stopping the pitches. I talked about this in my game plan. Packers want to attack the outside, and tosses and pitches, end arounds, jet sweeps, they're everything. So here, trying to get the outside. Watch how Amani plays this. Amani's here on the offensive line, right? He's engaged. He's not going to be able to get out here if he stays engaged with his offensive lineman. And we see this later with Okudah. That's why I want to point it out. But you see Amani being a little bit older, you know, kind of understanding the situation. Probably what Trufant would have done. Probably what Coleman would do here as well. Instead of staying upfield, he just runs off. He gets off the blocker because he knows he's much faster. He can get to the outside and he can set the edge, which instead of, you know, the running back, he doesn't want to go back into the middle. He's going to try to get to the outside. It allows Amani to get the outside, knock him down. Sure, like a 4 or 5 yard game, but it's much better than what you'll see later when we give up a first down. After Amani, you know, is called for the flag. Okay, then we see a crossing route, which ends up being a first down. But again, we get another holding call on Amani. So 2 holding calls on the same drive by Amani. You can't really have that, but either way, it was the crossing route. Okay, then here we go. We get a first and 10 here. Here's Jeffrey Okudah. Now, when I say he struggled, Jeffrey Okudah really struggled in today's game. This was just a little simple out route, and you can see he's just completely burnt. I mean, just a completely burnt here. Jeffrey Okudah, an out route for about 4 yards. And because he's so burnt, he can't even stay with him. It's not like a 6 yard gain. No, it's a first down that they give up on that play. You could just see Amani's a rookie. I mean, you could just see it. Completely burnt here, and it's going to happen. It kind of just speaks to the unfortunate circumstances with our cornerback group, because with all these injuries, we can't ease him into it. We have to literally like throw him out there into the fire, and that's what you see here. So he gets beat on the out route. You know, it's a first down, and then all of a sudden, you know, the Lions bring forward. It's a 4 yard completion, so now it's second down, and then Amani is beat here on a crossing route, and this to me is on Jarrad Davis again. Look, crossing routes are how you beat man-to-man. But it really does come down to those linebackers, because if the quarterback can't get there in time, linebackers need to be smart. So Jarrad Davis is kind of in a quarterback spot here, right? He's reading the quarterback size. He needs to either blitz and come get the quarterback, or he needs to drop back and make it more difficult so Amani has more time to get back and close in on that route. We talked about it this offseason. So at first, it's fine because Rodgers can't throw it here because he's kind of in the way. But since he comes in, now all of a sudden it's there. And if Jarrad Davis was sitting here, it would still give Amani time to get over. But since he's not there, it's an easy completion for Rodgers. And Jarrad Davis, where he messed up, is he doesn't blitz either. Davis doesn't come to the quarterback. So he's just standing there and basically doing nothing. If you're not going to blitz and to get in his face, you have to drop. And he does nothing. He kind of just stands here in a spy position. And it means it's a one-on-one. It's too easy. It's just way too easy. We got a 5 yard run, then a 3 yard run. Then all of a sudden we're back in another third down situation. Another opportunity to get up the ball. We see a quick snap. We get a really quick snap. I actually have a picture of this. If I have it, I'll throw it up on the screen. But they get a quick snap then near the goal line. And basically Jarrad Davis, once again, who's covering the running back, it's so quick that he's not over there to cover the running back. And by the time he snaps it, he's trying to work through traffic. He's so far away from the ball, it's a touchdown. So Jarrad Davis really struggled for me today. I think Hugh was a player that really struggled in today's game. But you can see again, Lions, opportunities to get off the field, holding, not being in the right spot, and not just not making the plays. I mean, if we're being honest here. Okay, so let's continue. So it's 14-10 right now. The Packers have it back. They go for a 4 yard run on their first down. 4 yard run on this drive. So the Packers have it back. They're down by 4. They go for a 4 yard run. Then this play, the Lions once again bring the blitz. They bring 5 rushers. It's the second time we've seen them blitz. 5 rushers here. And actually, I heard the announcer say that he was 7 for 12 last week when he was blitzed. So Lions, you know, we're kind of cautious about blitzing. We heard Matt Patricia say that as well. But they blitz here. And again, trying to help out Okudah here, because, you know, do you give him time or do you try to get to him quicker to help out Okudah? Well, you bring the blitz, so he had to get it off pretty quickly. But Okudah is completely burnt right up the line. You don't get to see the complete release. but he is burnt off the line. And then even in that second move, he's burnt, and he allows the completion here to Adams over the middle, which again gives up another first down. He just really had a rough day against Devontae Adams. It's just a very, very tough position to be put in. But you can see, again, they give up another first down here. Then you get a holding on the Packers offense, so it's 1st and 20. The next play, the Lions bring 4. Good coverage downfield to force the dump off. 2nd and 12. They get an 8-yard gain. No. Then you see a 5-yard run to force a 3rd down. So we got about 3rd and 7. Then Duron Harmon. This is where those veterans come into play because he was able to do this avoiding getting a flag. Okudah, burnt again. You can see Okudah's getting beat here by MBS, but great job by Harmon getting in there and just making a play on the ball without getting called for a flag. Incredible play. There you go. That's where your leaders have to step up and make the plays, get you off the field. So there, the Lions do get a stop here. All right, here we go. Packers back at it. They got 1 minute before half. You know, the Lions offense didn't do really their job. They got a minute before half, and this is what really hurts them. This is that kind of swing going into half we were talking about with all the momentum. So the Packers they got a minute to go. All of a sudden, if we go back a little bit, you'll see Okudah. They take a shot to Jeffrey Okudah here. He's burnt deep, but he goes out of bounds with it. However, Will Harris, as you can see, hitting him is called for the flag. Will Harris, in my opinion, did not lead with his head, and he didn't hit the receiver in the head, but somehow he was called for unnecessary roughness. So he gets called for a flag. All of a sudden, it's 15 yards. Very next play, 15 yards closer to the end zone because of a flag on an incomplete pass. Now, all of a sudden, Adams again beats Okudah on a short little crossing route, but Will Harris just seems mad. Will Harris is just mad about last call, so he's taking his anger out, his aggression out. He just grabs Adams and just fires him to the ground, and they call another flag here. Another flag. This is where flags are killing us. Another flag back-to-back right before half. 15 more yards. I mean, I guess technically maybe it's a flag. They say you can't go to the nameplate. He really wasn't that high. He really was not that high on him. I feel like that's a fair tackle, but they call it a 15-yard flag. Once again, they call it a horse collar. So again, first down, they end up scoring. They attack Tracy Walker, but they're inside the 20 because of 2 flags. So now you're going to have 17-14. So all of a sudden, we're going into half, right? We're down 17-14. The momentum's kind of all out of our sail. We didn't do bad, but we just made some dumb mistakes, and we kind of let them back into it, to be honest with you. But it's not completely awful, right? Will the Lions make some halftime adjustments? Because where did we get beat? We got beat on crossing routes, and for the most part, we just beat ourselves, to be honest with you guys. So coming on to the second half, what kind of adjustments are we going to make? Well, this is how we start the second half on. As soon as I get in, we see this. It's a touchdown run for Aaron Jones. 75 yards, and all of a sudden now we're down 24-14 just because we made one little mistake. And this little mistakes can cause big plays, right? I mean, this is something that shouldn't have been 75 yards. Sure, maybe a good gain, but not 75 yards. So what I see here is, first off, Jared Davis being super ultra aggressive, gets right into the offensive line, and all of a sudden he's engaged, he's stuck. Maybe you call holding, but he is stuck here. And then Jamie Collins, he doesn't get off of his block. So now you have this hole. Will Harris takes a bad angle, and he just cuts right between both of the safeties. There's just no one back. So 75 yards just because of a couple of little mistakes, and all of a sudden he's gone. Now you're down 24-14 instead of being down, 17-14. So the Packers get the ball back right down 24-14. They start off with a 20-yard run on the very next drive. So this is like, man, they're just gashing us on the ground, right? 75 yards, now 20 yards. Well, on this run, what you see here is, I think, Lions, Jared Davis took maybe the wrong gap again, and we're going to check that out here. So let's see it here. You can see he kind of gets stuck here because he makes that move. He gets to the left trying to follow him. And then, boom, all of a sudden when he comes back right, the offensive lineman is away, and he's out of the play. So the Lions, at least this time, they didn't give up a touchdown. They gave up 20 yards on that game. Then, for the Packers, next play, they get a false start. So the Lions, Matt Patricia's back there. He's thinking, okay, you know what? I got to bring up the aggressiveness. I blitzed like 2 times by now, but I got to bring up some more. So here you bring 6. This isn't usual. Bring 6. There's an unblocked player, and they get the hit pretty quick, and it forced an incomplete pass. We saw the announcers actually say 7 for 12 last week. So it's a really tough balance for Patricia, but he brings the blitz. It's an incomplete pass. Good play. All of a sudden, it's 2nd and 15, and you're feeling good, right? Okay, so how about you bring 4 1-on-1? You got Darrell Roberts on a running back. This isn't a linebacker. This even you have a cornerback on a running back. You think you'll be fine here? Well, Aaron Rodgers throws it up. It looks like great coverage, and somehow that happens. Like, what are you going to do with that? I, again, don't even know if he caught this football. I really don't know if he caught this ball. They called it a catch. I don't know if he catches this. Roberts gets his arm in there, but he's still able to hold on. Like, that's just a play. You can see the movement. I don't know if he even caught that. That's just a play, though, that you have to make. You can't allow that. You can't, a corner on a running back, that can't happen. So, boom, another big game when you had them in a 2nd and 15, you give up that. That hurts. So, all of a sudden, boom, it's another first down. Okay, here we go. It really hurts. Yeah, that's, man, I don't even know if he caught that one. You guys see what I'm looking at here? Like, he gets his arm in there. It looks like the ball starts to bobble. I don't know if he holds on to it. Yeah, he didn't even, I don't think he caught it, man. Okay, either way, though, they get it. Okay, here we go. So the Lions, right, obviously you just give up a big play. That really, really hurts. Then they have a 4-yard run. Excuse me. Then they have a 4-yard run. Then they have a play action pass to a tight end where Tracy Walker kind of gets caught watching the motion. And all of a sudden he's not even in the play anymore. He's caught in the backfield watching the motion, which we say you can't do. And since he's caught doing that, his guy just leaks out and there's no one covering him. So all of a sudden, Matt Patricia's like, okay, you know what? I got to start bringing pressure once again. They bring 4. They bring a 5th late. It's a holding call on the offense. Then the next play, they bring 4 again. They get an incomplete pass. Good coverage by Walker. And the next pass, they bring 4 again. Another incomplete pass. So it's like, hey, wait, this Lions defense isn't too bad. Now we're in a 3rd and long situation. Lions, you have to get off the field. Now the Lions have the ability to use these linebackers like the Packers do. They put him in the inside against the interior offensive lineman where he's much quicker, much more athletic. He's able to blow through the offensive line. And that's where the $30 million man made a big play, forces a punt because they are no longer in field range. So a big stop defensively, huge stop defensively, and you're able to get the ball back because you're able to force a punt. Then we know how the punt went, and then all of a sudden, you know, we gave up some more points. But again, not bad. You made a big stop there. You got off the field when you had to, and you clamped up after making some dumb mistakes early in the drive. So this time, you're able to get off the field. Okay, but now you're really struggling. Now you're down 31-14 with about 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. So first play, they run for 4 yards. Next play, they do a pitch for 3 yards. And again, you have them in a 3rd down situation. You have them in a 3rd down already. Okay? And here you're going to see a crossing route, the mesh play, right? Another crossing route. This should be a flag in my opinion. I don't know how this isn't a flag. So the Lions, who struggled crossing routes in the first half, make a little bit of adjustment, I would say, and they start kind of switching things. Well, here, Will Harris, who's trying to follow Lazard across the screen, gets just ran into by the receiver. And it wasn't like he played it off very well. He literally ran into the receiver. Should have been a flag. There's no call. So there's no one over there. And Collins, in good position. At least he made the decision, right? He picked between one of the two. Just missed the football. Honestly, Lyman almost missed. Just misses it. So it's a completion for a 1st down. But that one probably should have been a flag in my opinion. Now, here we go. So we're back defensively, right? They have a 1st down. They get a run for 3 yards. Then here's the pitch. This is what Okudah can learn from guys like Amani. Remember, Amani gets to the outside, doesn't engage with this lineman, right? Feels it and gets out. Okudah doesn't get out. Now all of a sudden he's stuck. And I think that's Rick Wagner. And they give up a 1st down this. Now this should probably be holding because he's outside of the pads a little bit. Like he's up here. But there's no holding call. And Okudah, I mean, that looks like holding to me. But boy, that's not holding. That's not. Either way, though, he's not able to get outside. He has to get outside. Use that speed to your advantage. Get outside like Amani did and force it back inside. He doesn't, so they give up another 1st down there. And I think that's just a young player. It's still learning. It's a young player. And that's what veterans probably won't do. They probably won't make those mistakes. And that was huge coming in this one about corners being able to tackle. So, okay, 1st down. Lions break 4. Next play, we get a 4-yard scramble. Okay, then the next play is a run for 4 yards. Another 3rd down opportunity to get off the field. Lions bring 4. It's incomplete, but guess what? Darryl Roberts is called for holding here. Why are you holding on this? There's no reason to hold. It wasn't that aggressive, but there's no reason to hold on a little slant against the running back. Like, you can't do that. Darryl Roberts, that's twice. He got burned by a running back, then you get called for holding. Amani gets called for 2 holdings. These cornerbacks are still learning, and you can see that's why Matt Patricia brought in these vet cornerbacks. Unfortunately, some of them are not playing. So, again, another 1st down where you should have been off the field once again. Next play, Lions bring 5. Incomplete. That's another blitz. That's 4. I think that's 4 up to this point. Next play, Lions bring 4. Incomplete. They test Okudah here. Okudah, again, beat. Could have been a touchdown. It wasn't the best throw. It was really high. Okudah, though, a little beat here. Kind of got turned around. Just out of the play a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. But he got kind of out of the play, and it was a dropped touchdown. So at least they didn't give up a touchdown on that play. And all of a sudden, the Lions hold them to a field goal. So, okay, you give up another field goal. You're down. Lions go score a touchdown. It's 21-34. Maybe you make a comeback. Maybe you can make a comeback and get back into this game. There's still 12:55 to go in the 4th quarter, right? The game's not over yet. The game's not over. At least that's what we're thinking. So the Packers get the ball back. They're up by 13. They run the ball for 4 yards. The next play, the Lions bring a delayed rush. Again, another blitzer. They bring a delayed rush. It's incomplete, but there's a flag. Well, I can't remember if it was incomplete or not, but it was a flag. So it's 2nd and 11. We backed them up. I think it was... They had someone in motion. They didn't get set. So they get incomplete. Next play, they run for 7 yards. Again, a 3rd and 4. Another chance to get a 3 and out. A chance to get a 3 and out. And Okudah, one-on-one with MVS is burnt deep. Just burnt. Completely burnt here. It's a one-on-one opportunity. One-on-one opportunity. JD comes late with some pressure. So it forces them to just take a deep shot. And it's one-on-one. This is your 3rd pick in the draft. and he's beat here, and they give up a huge gain. Now he does step out. Good thing he did, because he would have been gone. But he steps out, and Okudah, makes tackle about 10 yards later. So you give up a huge play. So get another opportunity to get off the field, and the player just can't finish off the play. So that's another first down. Okay, so could it be? Then Packers offense. Next play, run for 1 yard. Next play, they run for 2 yards. So again, a 3rd and 6 now coming up. And Will Harris is beat because of a quick snap. Not set, not in position. They're beat on a quick snap. And all of a sudden they give up first down. Very next play, they go to the end zone. They score a touchdown on a long run. Why we give up a touchdown? Because Jared Davis, I have a picture of it if I show it on screen. Jared Davis misses the tackle. So they go inside, Jared Davis misses the tackle, and we give up a touchdown. It's 42-21. That is the game. So my takeaways from this is that the Lions, many times over and over, played good enough defense to get off the field. They couldn't get off on 3rd downs. And a lot of it was either flags in the first half that changed the momentum, and then in the second half, we just got beat. They just took advantage. They saw some mismatches. They felt Okudah was struggling, maybe lacking some confidence, and it beat us. We need to be able to put confidence in these players better. I think we need someone to help these guys believe in themselves maybe a little bit after getting down. But again, it's some unfortunate things. We have to be better, of course, but I think we saw Matt Patricia make some blitzes. We saw some things, and we shouldn't have gave up as many points as we did. It was just a couple of crucial downs over and over and over that we weren't able to finish off drives, whether it's because we penalized ourselves or that's because we got beat in a position that we probably should have won. Your 3 pick against, MVS, you probably win that. But again, it's his first week because he couldn't go in week 1. And you have none of your vets out there in Trufant or Coleman to help him out. So you're relying on all young cornerbacks to get the job done, which is maybe almost the most important position. It's very difficult. Very difficult. And I'm not saying we play good defensively, like, hey, we're good to go. We struggle. We got to get better. But there is still some reason to say that, okay, they did look pretty darn good. It was just some big mistakes. And we can just clean those up. And hopefully when the vets come back, we can help clean those up. And because these guys will have to be the guys. I mean, there's no doubt. But it's just going to take some time. I mean, this is his first game. It's going to take time for these guys. So hopefully as they come back, they can slowly kind of ease their way into it. And sooner or later, they're making these plays to get off it. Because we saw it from Harmon, but you're just not seeing it from these younger players. So that's just my takeaways on defense side of the ball, man. That's how I feel about this one. Yeah, it was bad. But I feel like, once again, there wasn't that bad to the point where we should be like, hey, let's give up on the season. Like, there's still some good here. So let me know your thoughts, comments below. Thank you for watching. You guys want to see the offensive side of the ball? Thank you for watching, and I'm out. I don't know what's going on here. I feel like a weather person. I don't know why I'm holding this either. But look at all these members. Are you kidding me? Hall of Fame, All-Pro, patrons. Look how many All-Pro members. I can't even see the bottom, dog. What? If you guys want to be a part of this, all you got to do is click the join button. It's on the homepage of my YouTube channel. But this is absolutely nuts. Shout out to you guys. This is crazy. I had to bring out my cool shirt for this one, okay? Because y'all are legends. I had to bring out the legends. See what I'm doing?